So how's it going, guys? My name's Insta, and today we're going to be looking at my 6 favourite games. This is a very original idea. No one's ever done this before. But truthfully, no one's done it before. It's always my top 5 favourite games, my top 10 favourite games. I'm being original here, I'm doing 6. Original content, people. Original content. So let's just kick this off, really. All the games that I'm going to be looking at, all my favourite games, are going to be games I've actually completed. There's so many games out there that I have played and are my favourite, but haven't actually completed them. So many, like Fallout, but all these games I have completed fully. Let's begin. Now, in my number 1 spot is Halo 2. Where do I begin? The Halo 2 campaign is unbeatable. It's just a work of art. It's like God himself came down and shat out this beautiful game. And the story is just stellar. It's great. It's beautiful. The ending, I don't mind the ending too much. A lot of people have a problem with the ending. The cliffhanger ending with Master Chief. Don't know if you played it. On the rocket thing. Bomb. That's as much info I'm going to give. I don't want to spoil the game. But yeah, a lot of people didn't like it. I didn't mind it because I think it led into number 3 very, very well. Halo, in the modern day, is trying to be too much like Call of Duty. And I don't even know what it's trying to be like anymore. Halo 2 is where it was Halo, and Halo 3, and Halo 1. That was Halo. The amount of nostalgia I have, going on online and getting my ass kicked, unbeatable. I enjoy getting my ass kicked. In virtual reality. Virtual reality? I don't know. What am I on about? On to the next game. In second is Red Dead Redemption 1, not number 2. Now this game, the amount of nostalgia I have for this. I remember picking this game up. It was on a rainy day, and we went to, I got it from Kex. Now Kex is a store like GameStop in America, where you can get games that are pre-bought, the second hand. You get them a lot cheaper, especially older games. These are hard to come by. I love Westerns so much. Good, Bad and Ugly, Fistful of Dollars, all of those, I love them. So this game was a no-brainer. Back then I didn't have an Xbox One, I only had an Xbox 360, so I got this. I remember going to McDonald's, because we'd just been shopping, with this game in my hand. I kept on reading the back, just hyping myself up. A lot of kids don't get that nowadays. Me and you probably did, but a lot of kids nowadays just go on the Xboxes and download it online. You don't get the same experience as picking up in person and reading it. That's what I did when I got Elden Ring. I made sure I got that in person so I could have the experience to read it in the car. And I did. It's beautiful. Where do I begin with this game? Red Dead 2 doesn't come close. Now why? I think Red Dead 1 is more of a Western game. It sounds stupid. Yes, Red Dead 2 is a Western game. But I think Red Dead 1 is way more Western-y. Because it's more in a desert than Red Dead 2 is. Which is where spaghetti westerns and that you picture are. But just stuff like that I think makes Red Dead 1 better. I do really like the characters. The little characters in Red Dead 1 a lot more. I think the main characters in Red Dead 2 are a bit better. But in Red Dead 1, I think the little interactions you have, like the Irish person, I can't remember his name, and Washington, I can't remember his name, the fat old guy, I put a picture. These characters are just so unique to that game. The only problem with that game is a big problem, especially with especially with Rockstar. I can't speak. The shooting sucks. It sucks really bad. You have to use Deadeye. The amount of nostalgia I have for it is just incredible. It's just such a good game in general. I remember coming back and just playing for hours the story and then doing it online and just like riding around just killing random people. Very toxic. But I felt like an outlaw. If I go and play Red Dead 2 now online, it just kind of sucks. I don't even know what I'm doing. If we're there, I had a bit of an idea, but you know. On to the next game. I'm not a very good reviewer, as you can probably tell, so these explanations aren't probably very good. On to the next game. Now my next game you wouldn't expect. My next favourite game, in third place, is Legend of Zelda, not what you're thinking, Link's Awakening. Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, boy is it a good game. It is a perfect combination of everything about Zelda, but yet it's different. I got this game, again nostalgia, I love a bit of nostalgia, before I even got my Switch. I remember going to Kex, again, I love Kex, and I got to pick a game 2 weeks before I got my console. Could have chose Breath of the Wild, Splatoon, Mario Odyssey. I chose Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. That was such a good choice. Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening was a hell of an experience. I remember sitting down and watching all the reviews before I even got this game, or the Switch, being like, that game looks so sick, it looks so unique and beautiful. I had never played a Zelda up to that point, so I thought this was a good opening. Do I think I should have chosen Breath of the Wild? No. This game just encaptures everything good about the classic Zelda. The music is just beautiful. It repeats again and again and again. But is that a bad thing? No. It's such an epic adventure music that gets you in the mood. An adventure. It feels like an adventure. And it's weird. It's a dreamlike game. It's surreal. The game's like nostalgia by itself. The game encaptures nostalgia. As you're going around, everything feels dreamlike. There's Mario characters in here in a Zelda game. Does that make any sense? Not really. But that's what makes it special. So I've got nostalgia. This game just feels like a nostalgia trip by itself. It's just such a good game. You need to play it. Oh, and the windfish is just so confusing yet understanding. It's weird. The puzzles, and you need to play this game if you haven't played it. It's just, keep on blocking my lighting. It's just so good. You need to check it out. Now the next game you probably expected is Black Ops 1. Call of Duty Black Ops 1 was the pinnacle of the Call of Duty series. That's not just my opinion. A lot of people prefer Modern Warfare and all those, but I prefer Black Ops 1. Why? Because it's historical. It got me so interested in the Vietnam War. That is so hard to do for a game. Harry mentions stuff as Valkuda, and you go and meet Reznov. Valkuda actually exists. You could go and search it and you'd actually get all the history about it. It makes the game feel so more detailed. Blowing up all the goddamn villages as you go through. It's just so sick. And one of the last bits where you're going on the boat and it's playing the Rolling Stones music. Can't beat it. And of course that game's got nostalgia as well. Going online, having a bit of banter, getting my ass kicked by a load of old men swearing at me and calling me. And nothing like the modern Call of Duties. And it is a shame. I do think Call of Duty is going more back to its old type. A lot more. Cold War was very, very close. Definitely not in quality. My light's gone off. Thanks. In quality, but it's up there. Not as good as Black Ops, but it's up there. Just the characters as well. Reznov. And the intro. The numbers, Mason. Tell me the numbers. You can't beat this stuff. It's just beautiful. Again, I'm not good at reviewing, but I've used beautiful 5 times, you can probably tell. My next game is probably my biggest nostalgia one. These are all nostalgia. Rayman Legends. I got it for my birthday with my Xbox 360. And I remember just booted up and playing with my brother again and again and again. And I remember the one level. After I finished the first one, the castle one, you got to play a remake of like Black Betty, the song. Oh, Black Betty, bam a lamb. Oh, Black Betty, bam a lamb. I should charge you for that with some good singing. I remember playing that again and again and again. I like the beat and I love how you have to jump to the beat sort of. It's just so good. And the movement just felt great. Everything felt great. Each level was so captivating. I remember each level, literally. Especially the music ones. The music ones was where it's at. They were just great. They were just, again, beautiful. So, I have so many describing words. But yeah, you just couldn't beat these type of levels. They're just great. Of course, I have a lot of nostalgia sitting there playing with my brother, playing Rayman. Punching each other, trying to get each other killed as you run through the level. And I remember me running through the level, like especially the fast ones where you play the music. And me running ahead as my brother falls and dies because I'm a pro gamer. I don't die. I never die in games, I'm a pro gamer. But yeah, I just have a lot of memories with that. This is what all these games are, they're just memories. But they're good memories. And all these games that I talk about, I've replayed. And they're still up to that level. It isn't just a nostalgia thing. Nostalgia helps, but they still hold up today. And I think that's a key thing with all these games. On to the last and final game. This is a number 6, but that doesn't make it the lowest one. Well, it does, but it doesn't. Animal Crossing New Leaf. Animal Crossing New Leaf. What a weird game for me to choose. Out of all of these, you wouldn't expect that. Now, I remember getting this game way back in 2020. Back then, I didn't have a Switch. All I had really was an Xbox and a DS. Well, 3DS and a DS. Not as much as I have now, but back then, that was all I needed. I saw the hype around New Horizons and I was like, I need to get this, but I don't want to get a Switch. Now, back in 2020, this was a hard game to get. So I found one at my local Argos and picked it up. Very lucky me because this game's was so expensive then. It was so hard to get because of COVID. Everyone wanted this game. It It was like gold. Everyone wanted this game. I got it because I'm a lucky boy. And boy, was I lucky, because the game was so good. I remember starting it and naming my town Orlando. Because at the time I was really into Florida, because every year before COVID we had gone. Some of the most nostalgic bits of this game are its worst features. So in this game, after putting all your villagers down and that, I wanted to connect paths. Now, in the new game, you just put paths down once you get to a certain part in the game. Easy done. This game didn't have paths. It didn't actually have paths. So what did you have to do? Well, they had these things called designs, and I think they were called designs, and you could stamp them down on the floor. So people like me and many others made paths. Problem is, if you wanted to make a path, you had to go through the settings, the menu, place one path. Go through the menu, place one path. Go through the menu, place one path. You have to do that again and again, all around your village. And if you press the wrong button, kicked it, you'd have to do the menu again. That's how we would take. This is the struggles me and you had to have back in the day. Not these new folk playing Horizons. This is the struggles, man. This is a struggle. Screw war and that. That's where the struggles were. I'm joking. Things like that wouldn't happen today. And some of the most nostalgic moments are boring bits like that I really enjoyed. Why? I don't know. I remember going outside Lidl, which is a shop here, and waiting in massive queues because of COVID. We had to wait in long queues to go inside and buy toilet paper that wasn't there. And I remember just bringing my DS and sitting there playing it while waiting in this queue. I don't know why I love that so much. There were some good times. I can see a correlation between all these games. All these games have such nostalgic value, from playing with my brother to actual real life experiences. It just amazes me how games can do that to you. I just have so much nostalgia around these games. And of course, they're still held up today. Otherwise, they wouldn't be on this list. It's amazing that some of these games I played 10 years ago are still in number one. That's crazy. Of course, they still release good games today, like Red Dead 2. I was going to say GTA, but that game's probably older some of these. So that's all my favourite games. I would love to hear what some of your favourite games are down in the comments below. Because maybe we can compare games, talk about memories we have. Because people always share memories, and I think that's a great thing. I could search Rayman Legends nostalgia on YouTube, and I'll get loads of videos of people remembering like I did. We can all link together and, reminisce about the good old days. We've become old men. Listen, we've become old men. So let's talk about the past together. So yeah, tell me down below some of your favourite games and see if they match mine. Well, I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, please consider liking and subscribing and join the Insta army. We are taking over the world. Now, come on, do it with me. I'll see you later. See ya.